I'm here with Greg Curtis with the Good Earth Greenhouse, and today we're talking about leaves. A lot of leaves falling on the ground. The trees starting to lose their leaves a little bit quicker now, and it's a good idea to not really leave those leaves on the ground too long, because we were talking earlier, if you leave the leaves on the ground too long, you can really cause some problems for your yard later on.
You really can, Jeff. I know if you're like me, I don't like to get out and rake the leaves either, but ideally you do want to keep them at least once a week, and then in another couple of weeks when they really start falling, you might even go out there twice a week, because what will happen is it's going to fall on there, it's going to incubate whatever fungus is going to be in the yard, plus keep it moist, and it's just going to be a habitat to have a worse problem later on. Now, what I've got in front of me here is a mulching mower. A lot of people love to mulch. We use mulching mowers all the time on our properties. What we'll do, we might mulch, say, 1 week or 2 weeks. Then the next week we'll go out, put a bag on it, and suck it up. And ideally what you want to do before you start this process is raise your mower up, say 1 notch above where you've been mowing it all summer. Get all your leaves mulched, get them picked up, then lower it down 1 notch below where you were this summer. So you're making an adjustment from start to finish of 2 notches. And then you're kind of really set for the winter. So what you also want to do, because I know I've had a couple really good hard frosts in my house, and I walked out the other morning, and I have a zoysia yard. And I was looking at different colors of brown. Well, I had fungus this summer. I treated it twice, but I could still see those rings out there where the fungus was. So what you have in your hand, ideally, even if the temperature is only going to be, say, 45 degrees today, still fungus can be active. So go out there and spray, take care of the fungus. Now, we've talked about that a couple times because people always forget over the winter, but ideally you want to go out and spray that as well.
Yeah, because fungus it can be pretty active with fairly cold temperatures. It doesn't need to be warm, as long as there's that moisture. So especially you get a couple of rains during the cold months, that fungus will start to get active. And if you still have a lot of leaves, that's just going to make things
It makes it a lot worse. Yeah. So get out, even though you don't like it. You said you didn't like it.
Nobody really likes it.
Get out there and get it done, or hire it done, but get them up off the yard. You can leave them in the beds if you want, because that's going to help insulate the plants. So if you want to leave them in your flower beds, that's fine, but get them off the turf.
One last pro tip here: don't just blow your leaves into your neighbor's yard. Just saying.
Just don't say that. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
it.
All right, that's about all the time we have for this week. Join us back here next Wednesday for the Good Earth Greenhouse. More gardening tips from the Good Earth can be found on fox16.com. Click on Professionals to watch previous episodes or to ask Greg a question about your garden.
This segment is sponsored by the Good Earth Garden Center.